Thousands of Americans in Mexico are being told to shelter in place after a drug cartel leader was killed over the weekend.
The leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation Cartel, known as El Mencho, was killed after his capture on Sunday. His death led to an eruption of violence. Mexican authorities say at least 73 have died in attacks following his death, and that includes security forces and suspected cartel members. This afternoon, Mexico's president says hundreds of roadblocks set up by the cartel across the country had been cleared. However, the U.S. Embassy in Mexico told Americans who are there to continue sheltering in place and do not travel. Advisories are still in place. As you can see right here, hundreds of flights have been canceled as a result. But this afternoon, some carriers, including United Airlines, are resuming flights.
Troy Kless joins us live at Bush Airport with how Houstonians are being affected. Hey, Troy.
Hey, Ron and Cheryl, several people who returned from Mexico told me today that they are upset with the ongoing violence there. And another woman who says her parents had arrived in Puerto Vallarta were greeted with chaos at the airport once they got there.
Here in Houston, the attention is on what's happening in Mexico. Rochelle Zenzen from Waller says her mom and stepfather flew into Puerto Vallarta, where cartel violence had just began.
When they first got there, she said, like I said, please pray, please pray for us, safety. I guess when they first landed, they didn't know exactly what was going on. They were told there was violence, there was stuff being burned.
Her parents stayed in the airport for several hours. The Chauran family says they went to Guadalajara's airport on Sunday to ensure they could make Monday's flight to Houston. They described the mood.
Some scared, but not in the airport. When we go from the house to the airport, yeah, was scared. Mucho terror porque sí hubo muchos quemaron la ciudad.
Gabriela and Luis Lopez were safe during their trip and made it back to Houston.
Sentimos tristes ver la situación en nuestro país porque es un país muy bonito, pero la inseguridad es lo que nos hace sentir desconfiados.
Some travelers like Zenzen's parents will remain in Mexico, where she hopes things will return to calm.
There's a lot of people there that are stuck at resorts and can't leave the resorts to come home. So, they're just getting there, whereas people were probably supposed to be coming home yesterday and they can't come home. So it's just bad I think it's bad for everybody.
And within the past few hours, that woman told me that her parents did make it to their resort, which they say is considered safe right now. And according to the U.S. State Department, they say flights to Puerto Vallarta are being impacted due to crew availability. We'll keep you updated on the latest once we learn more. Reporting live at Bush Airport, Troy Kless, KHOU 11 News.
Thanks, Troy. Governor Abbott has directed the Texas Department of Public Safety to enhance safety and homeland security operations across the state in response to escalating cartel violence. The governor also told Texans traveling to Mexico to take caution.
We urge those who are in Mexico right now or those who may be thinking about going there on spring break, please follow the messaging that's been sent out by the United States Department of State. For one, they're saying shelter in place right now. They will tell you anything more once you can safely move. But also, if you're thinking about going to Mexico, follow the standards set by the Department of State. They know where it's safe, they know where it's unsafe.
We know you likely have questions about travel warnings and flights to and from Mexico, and we are getting those answers for you. Just text the word Mexico to 713-526-1111, and we'll text you back with the link.